Hello, everyone. Welcome to Social Pilot Product Webinar, and thank you so much for dialing in today. In today's webinar is the third series of our all-new product webinars about leveraging Social Pilot for agencies for managing and delighting your clients. So we are really excited to host all these product webinars, and we have planned to host a lot more sessions in the upcoming months. So I understand some of you would have joined us for the very first time today. So for a bit of introduction to our platform, SocialPilot is all-in-one tool for managing and publishing your social media content. SocialPilot allows you to publish great content that resonates with your audience. So whether you are a marketing agency, a small business, a multi-location brand, or a solo professional. Now let's have a look at some of the core capabilities of SocialPilot. So as stated, right, with SocialPilot, you can create and schedule customized social media posts for every platform at once. SocialPilot offers optimized solutions for posting on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and other social media platforms. And with analytics, you can monitor the performance of your social profiles, and you can get comprehensive analysis to be presented to your clients or management for data-driven strategies. SocialPilot also enables you to engage and connect with your community and add the human touch to all your conversations for different platforms under one roof. Now, while working with your team as well as your clients, SocialPilot enables you to collaborate and coordinate effectively with your clients, managers, and content schedulers to get real-time approvals done. And if you are looking for a seamless branded experience, SocialPilot does offer white label features wherein you can customize SocialPilot's entire user face with your brand look and feel. You can invite your clients to connect their social media accounts without even sharing the credentials. And you can also present the complete analytics report with your own branding. So today you have myself, Sukhpreet Anand, heading customer success and support at SocialPilot. And with me, I have Rahul, the senior product specialist. Rahul is focused on customer understanding and tailoring the perfect solutions for them. So during our last webinar, we talked about a set of SocialPilot features, including AI assistant, client approval workflows, analytics, content library, custom fields, and publishing reels and shorts. And in today's webinar, we'll take a look at how agencies can leverage SocialPilot for managing and delighting their clients. So we shall be talking about the best practices you can use as an agency owner or the manager to manage multiple accounts and deliver a stellar experience for your clients using SocialPilot. So we will start and talk about onboarding your clients and configuring the roles and permissions with SocialPilot. We will touch upon setting up different schedules for accounts, adding watermarks, and the approval workflow process for managing your client's post. We'll also showcase our new feature approval on the go and how to streamline the communication on post across the team using comments. And lastly, we will talk about how you can use SocialPilot with your own branding and customize it to manage your clients with a seamless branded experience. Yes, that is what the white label is all about. So during the webinar, if you have any doubts or questions, please type in the Q&A window. We'll address them during the Q&A session towards the end, or we'll get back to you via email. Now let's dive straight into it. Over to you, Rahul, for the product demonstration.
All right. So thank you everyone for joining in today. My name is Rahul and I'll be helping you out now. So in today's webinar, as Sukhpreet rightly mentioned, we are going to focus on how an agency can manage all of their clients. Now, when it comes to managing a client, we'll talk about how to onboard a client. Not just that, how I can give different levels of access and permissions to my client as well, and an overall access which will be given to the clients, the benefits of them having their own account and me adding them to their agency as well. So let's get started with the first topic, which we'll be covering. about the client onboarding and their access on SocialPilot. Now, all of us as an agency would want to invite our clients to the dashboard so they can be a part of the content creation part. But now the important thing over here to focus on is how easily we can onboard them to the platform. What kind of a different access levels can I give them and permissions? Not all my clients are going to have a similar contract. So I might have a different contract and need to onboard clients differently based on their requirements. So to understand all of this better, here I'll be acting as an agency. And firstly, I'll start onboarding a few clients. During this entire session, I'll be managing my social media posts for two of my clients, John and Sam, wherein John has a dental clinic and Sam has a real estate business. So if you see, the requirements for both these people are quite different. John has kind of an advanced requirement wherein he's connecting two social media networks, Facebook and Instagram, but Sam is only going to connect Facebook. John also has some other requirements like adding a watermark on the image, like a logo, ability to approve the posts as well, so he can be involved in the process, whereas Sam would not want to approve the post. John would also like to view the real-time analytics within the dashboard and also get email reports. So now let's move to the dashboard. Let's see how I'll be adding John, how I'll be adding Sam, and how I can manage both of these clients being an agency in SocialPilot. Let's move to the SocialPilot dashboard. All right. Now this is the dashboard. So if you see here, I have two accounts connected, John Dental Clinic, Instagram, and Facebook. Here, if I go to the Manage Team and Client section, I will also have an option to see that John has already been added as a client. So I've invited John to the platform. I've given him certain access as well. Over here, John wants to view the analytics. He will also have an option to engage with the audience by using the social inbox. Currently, John does not have a requirement to create the posts or publish it. But once down the line, if he has that requirement, I can always update his account and even give him the access to create posts as well. Here, John has access to two social media accounts. As mentioned, he'll be having Facebook and Instagram. So he has access to both of these accounts. Now, we have already talked about John. He has the requirements, but let's see how the onboarding process would actually look like for a client. How do we invite a client? So to here, we'll try to invite Sam and see the process, what it looks like. So firstly, to start with inviting a client, I can click on the add option. Here, I can give them the permissions or access based on the contract. So Sam here does not want access to analytics, creating the post, or even managing the inbox. So I need not give him any access. In case I have already connected Sam's accounts, I can directly give him access to those accounts from this list. But if I would like Sam to connect his accounts on his own, or Sam does not really want to share credentials, I can select which social media platforms would I like him to connect, again based on his contract, and he'll have an option to connect those accounts. So as we saw earlier, in Sam's contract, he only had an option to connect a Facebook page. He was only opting to connect a Facebook page, and I would only set the permission for that over here. Now you can directly add your client by entering the email over here and clicking on the add option. But SocialPilot also gives me another option wherein I can use a client invite link. So here, if I want to invite multiple clients using a single link, I can simply create a link over here. I can set up the permissions for the common contract, which I'll be providing to those clients. Simply copy this link and share it with all of my clients directly. Let's try to open this link and see how this process would look like for Sam and how he's going to sign up to the platform. All right. So once Sam opens this particular link, this is how it would look like. He'll have an option to sign up over here, wherein he can enter his first name. He can enter his email as well. He can, again, set up a password which will be used for his own account and directly sign up to the dashboard. Now, once Sam signs up to this dashboard, you would see he would have a completely different dashboard. It would not have all of the options as shown in my normal SocialPilot account, as I've not given him access to managing the inbox analytics or any of the other ones. The first option Sam is going to see here is to connect the accounts. So once he clicks on the connect account option, he's only going to see the option to connect Facebook because I've not given him the option to connect the other platforms. Now, since I do not have credentials to Sam's account, or I do not even have the admin access to his Facebook page, he can directly click on the connect page option and connect his account directly from here. Let's directly connect an account. Now, once Sam's logs in using his Facebook account and puts up his credentials, he'll have an option to connect all the Facebook pages that he has. Now here he would want to connect Sam Real Estate, which is his account. He can directly connect this account, which would then be reflected over here. Now, what are the benefits for Sam in this process? Sam did not have to share his credentials. He was still able to give me access to his social media account. I, as an agency, can directly start creating posts for Sam and managing the content on his social media platform, which is Facebook in this case. The other option that Sam would have for signing up as a client is that he will always have an option to view his calendar. So if there are any of the posts which are scheduled for his accounts in his calendar, he can directly view all of the posts right here. He can even filter the posts. If he has multiple accounts connected, he can filter based on the ones which he wants to view. And Sam, as a client, would always feel that he's involved in the content creation process. He would not have to refer to his Google Calendar or maybe some of the other screenshots to see his calendar and how it's going to look like. He can directly refer to this dashboard and manage all of the content from here. Even if Sam wants to approve the content down the line, he'll also have an option over here wherein he can be a part of the approval process, and any posts which will be created for him can be approved by him. We'll dive a bit into the approval process a bit later, but this is the benefits of a client being signed up to the dashboard and what all options the client will have. So we just saw Sam's account. Let's go back to the main SocialPilot account, which is the agency's account, and see the changes which has been made over here. So once I come back to the dashboard, I can see Sam has connected his account, and even I have access to creating posts for Sam. Even in the manage team and client section, Sam has already been added as a client. I can see which accounts have been connected by him. Let's say later down the line, Sam wants to upgrade his contract. He also wants to manage Instagram. I can give him the access to connect Instagram, or he wants to view the analytics or use the social inbox. I can always update his access directly from SocialPilot. So that's how easily I can onboard my client. I can give him a unique experience of signing up. I can give him access to his calendar as well, so he can view all of the posts, some advanced access like creating a post, managing the inbox, and limiting the access to which platforms I would like them to connect. Once they've connected, I'll always have an option to upgrade. So that's, again, how a client could sign up. I hope it was clear. Let's move to the next topic. All right. Now, here what we earlier saw was how to onboard a client, set their permissions based on their access level, and also which platforms would I like them to connect. But there are some advanced configurations when it comes to clients. As you remember, John earlier had some advanced requests as well. For example, adding a watermark to his accounts or approving the posts as well. Let's see how this would work in this particular section. So we'll see how to apply watermarks, how to create a schedule for each and every individual client. So I need not set up the date and time manually. I can also set up an approval workflow and create a content library wherein I can store all the content for my client. And whenever I want, I can directly access the library. So let's go back to the dashboard to see how it would look like. Now, this is the dashboard over here. We can see these are the accounts connected. If I want to make some advanced settings, I would simply go to the manage account section over here. Let's say I want to find out John's account. I have 500, 1000 accounts over here. I can directly filter it based on John as well. That's the benefit of adding a client to the dashboard. So you can filter all of their accounts directly from here. So I can find out John's account by filtering. Now, if I want to make some advanced customizations or changes over here, I'll simply click on it. Here, firstly, you can see we can set up a schedule. So let's say John wants me to upload posts on his social media account on a particular timeline. It could be Monday, Wednesday, Friday at a time. I can definitely create a schedule out of this. And whenever I am creating a post, I would not need to set up the date and time every time. I can directly keep on adding the post to the schedule and it would automatically keep on getting added to the queue. What else can I do over here? John also wanted to approve the post. So here I have an option which says need client approval. So if I check this box and a client is already added, I can select that client. Now, all the posts that I create for John Dental Clinic's Facebook account will automatically require an approval from John before it's going to be published. So that's how easily I can identify the accounts for which I'm going to require approval for. And all the posts will automatically go for approval from the client. And I'll never need to worry about reminding John to approve or sending a post to John for approval. Another feature which was requested by John was adding a watermark or a logo. So SocialPilot would give me an option to add a logo. I can directly add a logo from my device, or I can even use Canva over here. Let's upload a logo for John over here. Now, once the logo is uploaded, I will have an option to set the opacity of the same and the size as well. So I can select it from right here. I can even position the watermark on any of the four ends, and all the images which are going to be published for John Dental Clinic's Facebook account will automatically have this watermark applied on them. And it will automatically be helpful for John so he can create a brand identity. It will also help in his image protection. And I really did not have to do a lot of manual task over here. I can simply add a watermark to John's account. Now I did it for John's Facebook account, but what if I also want to copy the same watermark to his Instagram account? Well, it's pretty simple over here. You directly click on the copy from account to whichever other account you want to copy this to. Select this account and you can directly copy the watermark as well. So it will be published on John's Facebook as well as Instagram account, and all the images will have a logo as well. So this is how I can save some advanced settings like a watermark. I've already created a schedule for John, which will help me to set up the times which are based on his audience, and also adding the approval process. One of the other features offered by SocialPilot is for me to create content for John and store it within the platform. So me as an agency, I won't be the only one working on it. I'll have my team as well. So me along with my team, we can all access the library over here and start creating content in here. I can create content for John and all of my other clients as well. So if I'm planning to create some content, save it in the dashboard, but not really publish it, I can directly do it from here. So I can create posts, store them within here, including the media as well as the description. This is how it would look like. And I can directly start adding a post from here and creating it for John as well. One of the other features of the library is to store hashtags as well. So if I want to store some hashtags for John, I can directly store it here. You can type in the hashtags. And you can also provide tags over here. So since I am creating this content for John, I can add John as one of the tags. So I can always filter the content based on this. And it will help me to identify the content which I've stored for every individual client. I can also add some more tags over here, which will again help me identify the content as well. Now, if I want to create a post, I can directly use this library. If one of my other team member wants to make some changes, they can visit here, they can click, they can start editing the post, make the changes as well. So we can collaborate over here. If I need to identify the content which has been created for John, I can identify using these tags which have been added. So I only see the content which is created for John. I can also filter out the content based on the team members who've created it or the usage as well. So the content which will be most frequently used can be sorted it based on that as well. So these are some advanced features within SocialPilot, which can be used not just for your client, but also to help you creating those posts for the client and giving them some advanced features like watermarking and approval as well. Now we can move to the next topic.
Rahul, before that, let's pick some of the questions. So can my clients make changes to the connected accounts like schedules or watermark?
So the clients will not have an option to make changes to the schedules or watermark. This has to be done by me or one of my team members. So I can go to the manage account section over here If the client actually goes to the manage account section, they would not see the options to add approval, watermark, or team members, and this would only be shown to me.
All right. And the another one, I mean, I'm just picking a few from the entire list. I want my clients to view only the post that I have created for him and not other clients' post. How do I do that?
So it will automatically be set up. Once your client signs up, he would only be seeing the posts which are created for his account. Let's simply go to John's account to see how it looks like for him over there. Let me move to John's account. All right, so this is John's account over here. If John goes to his calendar, he's not going to see a post which I've created for Sam or any of my other clients. He would only see the post for these two accounts. And if he wants to filter, he can then filter within these accounts. Similarly, for Sam, he would only be seeing the posts which are created for his account, not for any of the other accounts. Even if I, as an agency, also want to know which accounts the post has been created for, what does John's calendar looks like, I have an option within the calendar where I can filter all of the posts based on the client. So if I want to view only Sam's post, I'll select the client to be Sam, only view the posts which are created for him. And this is exactly how Sam's calendar is also going to look like.
Okay. And in compared to that, one of our agency user wants to know that their client wants to create a post every now and then, all by himself. Is that possible?
So that is possible. When I'm adding a new client, if I want to give them the permission straight away, I can check this box, which is to publish a post. Now, if I add someone as a client and give them the access to publish a post, they'll also be counted as a user, but they will have an option to publish the posts. Or even once I've added my clients and I have forgotten to give them access to creating the post, I can even update it from here. So let's say I want to give John the access to publishing the post now. I can check it from here and then make the changes accordingly.
Okay. Yeah, for all the users over here, I do appreciate seeing all those questions and queries coming in. Our team is trying our level best to answer all of them. The answered questions can always be seen by you under the Q&A section. You guys can go through it, and rest will pick up under the Q&A time when we'll reach out to that slide. Oh yeah, Rahul, over to you.
All right, let's move back to the deck now. Now, what we have done so far, just a recap, we have added two clients, John and Sam. I've also added up advanced settings for both of them, wherein John requires approval, so it has been set up. The watermarks have also been set up, and I am ready to create posts for them. So in this section, what we are going to focus now is how to create a post for my clients, how I can customize that post, how I can apply different features in SocialPilot. Not just that, after the post has been published, how does the client actually approve the post or even send it back for feedback? We'll also cover how to share the analytics with the clients. So John specifically had a requirement to have a weekly and a monthly analytics delivered to him. We'll see how to do that and managing engagement for the client as well using the inbox. So let's quickly move to the dashboard to see how I can access all of these features. All right. So now I've added the clients. I'm ready to create a post. All I need to do is go to the create post section over here. Let's create a post for John in this particular situation. I can type in all of the original content in the original draft over here, along with the hashtags as well. Then I can upload the media from any of the sources, use Canva, or even the stock library that we have. And I can find any of the images which are added over here. But we also saw another feature, which is the library. So I've already created along with my team some of the posts within the library, and I can directly add those posts from the create post screen as well. I can also apply the tags and then filter out the content very easily. So once I've added the content over here, I can add more hashtags. Again, the hashtags were also stored in the library earlier, so I can directly add it. Or I can use SocialPilot's AI assistant to generate new hashtags over here. So this AI assistant would help me generate 30 new hashtags automatically. And I can add any of these hashtags from here itself. If I want, I can remove the ones, filter the hashtags, only use the ones which I want to use. Now, once I've created the post for John, the post preview would allow me to see how the post is going to look like for both of his social media accounts. If I want to make some customizations, let's say John would also like me to mention some of the pages over here on Facebook, I can tag that page. Or even if it does not wants me to add all of the hashtags over here, I can add it in the first comment. And SocialPilot would allow me to schedule this first comment as well along with the post. Now I can see how this post is going to look like, and these changes are only reflected on Facebook, but not on the other platforms. Similarly, if he wants me to make some changes for Instagram as well, I can do that. So I can tag a page over here in the first comment, or I can even tag a profile within the image as well for Instagram. And these changes would again be reflected only here. Now, after I've successfully created the post, I'm ready to schedule it after seeing how it's going to look like. All I need to do is select the accounts. So I can select all of John's accounts here one by one. But since I've already added him as a client, I'll also have an option to select John's name from here under the clients, and all his accounts will be automatically selected. So once the accounts are selected, I'll use all of these scheduling options. So I can schedule it for a future date and time. I can directly select the date over here and the time. If I want the same post to repeat, I can also add a schedule. So the same post could also be repeated automatically. I can spread out the timings of the post across different platforms. So I can stagger interval over here. Every post will be delivered after the interval of this time. We also saw a feature to add a schedule for a client. So if I simply want to add these posts to John's schedule, I can directly add it to the queue and it will automatically be added to the existing schedule. Let's quickly share this post now to see how it's going to look like. Once I click on the share now option, I can see that the posts have been sent for John for approval because I had earlier set up an approval workflow as well. Now let's quickly go to John's account to see how this approval process would look and how he can approve the post from his account as well. Let's go to John's account right now. All right, so we are in John, the client's account right now. Now here, John will have an option for pending review, a section for pending review. Here he'll have all of the posts which are remaining for review, and he can directly review a post from here itself. Now, let's say John is ready with the Facebook post. He does not want me to make any changes. He can directly approve the post from here itself. But for Instagram, he might want me to make some changes. He can directly send this post for feedback. He can tag me over here as well. Let's say he wants to use fewer hashtags. He can ask me for the same. Now, once he's given this feedback, he's recommended some correction within this post. This will go back to me within my account. Now, if I go back to my account, I'll have this option to make the correction and then send it back to John again. Let's move to my account to see how the post would look like then. So here I should get a notification as soon as John sends it for review. I'll go to the pending review section over here, and the post should be pending for correction. So I can see there's a new post for pending correction. A comment has been added by John as well. I can simply click here. I can see the comment. I can also see how the post is going to look like on the platform, and then directly make the changes which John has requested for. Update the post, and then send it back to feedback or send it back for client review once again, so that John can finally approve the post and whatever changes he requested has also been made on the platform. Let's quickly go to John's account to finally approve the post and see how it's going to look like. So here again in the pending review section, we should have the post back. We can see this is the post which we just created. I'll have an option to, or John will have an option to approve this post directly. So this post can also be published on the platforms. Now here, using SocialPilot, I was very easily able to send the post to my client for approval. So he also had an option to approve the post. But not just that, the client was also able to send it back for feedback and get all of the changes made, whichever he requested. Let's go back to my account and see the changes which has been made and how the post is going to look like. Let's move to the agency account. All right. Now the posts should have been delivered. Let's go to the delivered post section and see how the posts are going to look like. So here, if I see the post for John Dental Clinic, I can see a watermark has also been added. Now I did not add the watermark manually to the post over there. It has automatically been applied. And similarly, the watermark has also been applied for the Instagram account for John. And this will be visible on all of the posts which I'll be creating for John or any of my other clients with their own watermark being added to the same. So now this is how I can make John approve the post. Also, John could send it back for feedback. But what else can I do? I can also manage all of John's content directly from the calendar by filtering it on basis of John. Now, once John's calendar is seen right here, if I want to make some changes to the post, I can directly edit it from here. I can even save the post to the library directly. If I want to reschedule, I can drag and drop, or even click on a new date to start creating the post. And that's how easy to manage my client from his calendar itself. One of the other features I'll have over here is to access the inbox. So if John wants me to respond to the audience on Facebook, Instagram, or any of the platforms like Google Business Profile and LinkedIn, I'll have an option to do that as well. So I can respond to the comments and the messages and reply over here. If I want, I can also like the comment directly from here. For Facebook, there would also be an option to respond to the reviews, which can also be done from the inbox itself. Now, once I've responded to the conversation, I can also mark it as done. So it will be a part of the done section, and I can maintain my inbox accordingly. So I can always be on top of all the conversations. And this is the done section over here. Another feature which was requested by John was to get reportings. So here I can view the reports for all of these platforms, which is Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Google Business Profile. But if I also want to create an advanced reports, we have an option for that over here. So I can create a combined report for John's Instagram and Facebook accounts. I simply need to select both of these and create a report directly. Now here I have one report for all of John's accounts. I would not have to share these reports with him manually or maybe by one single social media platform. And all of this will be available over here. What other option will I have? I can download this report in a PDF version. I can also send an email with the same post, with the same report. So the report can automatically be emailed to the client. Or I can also schedule on a monthly or a weekly basis. So these reports can automatically be delivered to my client, and I would not really need to do that manually as well. Now, if I want to deliver all of these reports for John, as it was requested by him for a monthly or even a weekly basis, I can do that automatically. So he has access to all these reports. One of the other things to notice in these PDF reports is that all of these reports is also going to be white labeled. So I'll have my own company logo on the top, and there would not be a mention of SocialPilot anywhere within these reports. All these reports can automatically be shared with my team, with my clients or my team members as well. And again, these will have a white label logo on the top without a mention of SocialPilot. So that's how, after adding my client, I was able to send a post for him to approval. I was able to manage the social media inbox for the clients, analyze, send them reports, access their calendar from one single place. I never had to get out of the platform maybe to apply watermarks. In fact, it was so easy, I never actually had to apply a watermark. It was automatically assigned to that account. So this is how SocialPilot is going to help me by all of these features to simply manage the client in the easiest way possible, and all of it from one single place. Now, let's move to the next topic. All right. I'm sure some of you must have had a question over here right now. What if my client does not want to sign up? We also have a solution for that in one of the recent features which we have just launched. So we have approvals on the go, wherein you can simply send an approval link to your clients. If my client, John or Sam, would not even need to log in, they can directly open up that link and approve all of the posts which are pending for them. They'll also have an option to see all the posts, and they won't have an option to open every post one by one individually. Let's see how it's going to look like. So, how I can access the approval link? Firstly, I can access it from my own account. So, if I go to SocialPilot and to the Manage Team and Clients option, I can see all of the clients which have been added. If I want to copy the approval link for one of the client, I can directly copy it, share it with my client, open it up right here as well from any other account, and the client will have an option to approve all of the posts without logging in. So here the client can approve the post to publish. He can even send it back for feedback, see how it's exactly going to look like, or even leave a comment for me, ask me to make some changes. Now the client will see all of the posts into just one link. He's not going to have to open up every link individually, or maybe every link for a different post. Not just this, but the clients would also be notified. So let's go to John's account. Over here in his email, he would also receive an email with the approval link. Let's see how that's going to look like. So this is the link which John would get once a post has been sent for approval on an immediate basis. So if I do not want to send the link to him manually, do not worry. He is going to be sent a notification. Once he clicks on the approve option, he can open up this magic link or approvals on the go link, and he can see all of the posts which have been created for him, and he can approve all of these from one single place. Even if he wants to approve all the posts with one click, he can also do that. So that's one of the recent features which we've launched is approvals on the go. So you can make your clients approve your posts, maybe send it back for feedback, leave their review without actually asking them to sign up for the platform and just sharing this link with them. Now we can move to the last topic over here, which
Rahul, before you move on, can we pick some of the queries?
sure, we can.
Okay, so you talked about staggered time posts, right? Can you share some of the use case because we are having some questions on that. So
Mhm. So here in SocialPilot, when I'm creating a post for any of my client, I'll have an option to add a staggered time. So if I schedule it, I can add a staggered time over here, which will automatically stagger it for 15 to 20 minutes on multiple. Let me select multiple accounts.
yeah.
And as we know, for Instagram, I'll also need to upload an image. So SocialPilot will take care of that. If I'm making such mistake, it will make sure that I upload an image and then select the account accordingly. So if I click on the schedule post option over here, I'll have an option to stagger, which will basically make sure that when social media algorithms are checking the posts and there are similar posts of the same type uploaded on different platforms at the exact same time, they often get spammed. And in order to make sure your account never gets suspended, you can stagger the posts, have an interval of 15 minutes or 30 minutes over there, and the posts can be published on a slightly different time, but not at the exact same time on all the platforms. I hope that answers the question regarding that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The other one was majorly questions were coming on the notifications. How does the notifications work when posts are sent to clients for approval or when they send back for corrections?
So as we saw an example of the email, they'll also be sent a notification in the email with the approval on the link go. But if you want to manage the notification settings for yourself or the client, you can directly visit over here. Now here for pending review, I can make the changes. I can get push notifications as well as email ones. If I want both, I can select it over here as well. And similarly, I'll be notified every time a post is sent for approval, or even the client mentions me or is sent back to me for correction as well.
Right. There was one repetitive question which I would like to bring upon on the watermark.
Mhm.
The watermark came in as transparent but was posted with the background. Can that be changed? Then another was watermark looked like it should have been transparent. It showed up on the page with logo with having the white background. So see, watermark image, how it will look like is entirely dependent on the image that you are using. If you are using a transparent background, then it will not show the white background along with the logo. But if you are using a simple logo which actually have the white background with it, then it will be visible. So, all right, that was one of the it. And the next one, I think Rahul, you have already covered, but still, we had this question. My clients does not want to log into a dashboard to approve the post. Is there an easier way for them?
There is approvals on the go, or as we call the magic link. You can directly click over there. You'll see this link, and again, the client does not want to sign up. He simply clicks on that link. He wants to have a look at all of the posts, have a look, approve all the posts in one go, and that's as easy as it could be for a client to be involved in the approval.
Okay. Before you go in the last one, will my clients have to approve all the pending posts one by one, or can they approve it using one link?
So they can approve it using one link. As seen here, they'll have all the posts which are created within this link itself. And if they want, they can, yes, they can approve the posts one by one if they want. But if they want to approve the posts maybe all at once, they can also do it from here.
Yeah, and just to addition to it, they can use this link in the web app, or they can also use it in their mobile browser. So that will be accessible and it's super easy for them. I was just adding to you, Rahul. All
Yes.
right, you can let's move on to the next one. Thank you.
All right. Now, the last topic which we'll be covering over here is white labeling. Now, we saw a platform over here which was SocialPilot, how I could easily invite my clients to the dashboard. I can invite my clients to SocialPilot and then make them approve the posts, create the posts for them, and accordingly it will be managed. But what if I do not want to use SocialPilot's name over there? The white label will help me have a completely rebranded version, which would not be SocialPilot. I can have many customizations over here, which will make it look like exactly my own platform. I can customize to the smallest detail. Even the communication with my clients would happen from my own email itself. SocialPilot would not be sending them any emails, and I'll have an option to directly own them using the white label capability. So let's quickly look at a sample white label dashboard to see how it's going to look like and what all customizations can you make as well. So this is a login page for a client. If the client wants to sign up over here, he'll see your own company's logo on the top right. Even the URL will be customized. Now, once the client signs up over here, this is a completely rebranded version. So I can change the color scheme, which can match my own company theme. I can change the logo as well. Even they'll have their own custom URL with their company subdomain. So they won't be logging into SocialPilot anymore. And as I mentioned earlier, even the emails, if I'm trying to send them a report on a monthly or a weekly basis, I'll have to send them an email, automated email from here. That will be sent from my own email using my SMTP details. And I need not worry about my clients not getting the exact communication from my end. So this white label has been a real game changer, wherein you can have a completely rebranded version all by yourself within SocialPilot. All right. So I think we've covered everything today. A lot of you might already have questions which would have been answered, but we have some time. We can pick up a few more questions and then answer them accordingly.
Sure. Okay. You just talk about white label, right? So one
Mhm.
of the user wants to know, I am a regular social pilot platform. I have a regular pilot platform plan and decide to switch to white label. How long is the process?
Just 24 hours. So once you upgrade with the Agency Plus plan, this white label solution is included in the Agency Plus plan. You'll be shared a form. After submitting that form, our team will be creating that white label dashboard for you in the next 24 hours itself.
Okay, this question again arises from several users. I would like to set up an internal approval process before the post go to the clients for approval. Is that possible through SocialPilot?
Yes, that is possible. So I'm sure we all collaborate with our team. Let's quickly see how the process would look like actually. Let me go back to the agency account. All right. Now here, what I'm understanding over here is that I would also want to approve a post which has been created by my team member and not just the client to approve the post. So here we have different roles which are available for a team member as well. So here, if I add someone as a content scheduler, all the content that will be created by a content scheduler will automatically require an approval from the admin, manager, or even the owner of the account. And only once they approve the post, then it's going to be scheduled or maybe sent further for a client review. So that's how you can set up an internal review process. And you can set up that review, approve the posts first, and then approve the posts first yourself, and then let your clients approve them.
Okay, on the same note, if my team wants to collaborate on a post which needs to be created for a client, is it possible for my team to work on a single post altogether?
Yes, it is. Uh, so now if the post is yet to be published or you're just working on the ideas while creating a post, I would suggest it's better to use the library over here. So maybe I can create the content, I can upload the graphics, the other person can always visit, you can change the caption as well, and that's how you can collaborate on a same post. However, there's also another way to do that. Let's say if the post has already been scheduled into the calendar, we have an option to leave a comment for on the post itself, and we'll have an option to communicate with our team from here. So I can leave a comment for one of my other team members. If I would want them to make some changes, I can tag them here. You can also see the earlier communication, and that's how you can communicate and collaborate with your team before creating the post and also after creating the post.
Okay. Rahul, one of the user wanted to show the process of emailing analytics report on a schedule. Can you show that?
Sure. So you can email the analytic reports for both the advanced reports, which are the merged reports, and also for individual reports as well. Let me quickly open up a report. So this is an advanced report where it consists of John's Facebook and Instagram account. So if I just want to send out an email manually, I can directly type in the email address over here. It would automatically be sent to the user. If I want to schedule out these emails on a monthly or a weekly basis, and then I'll do it from here, I can enter my client's email, and all these reports on a monthly or a weekly basis, whichever time duration I select, will be delivered to my client automatically. And that's how I can set it up from here.
Right. Okay, coming back to onboarding the clients. Can we control on how many social media accounts a client can connect?
Uh, I can control the platforms which I would want my clients to connect. So if I want my client to only connect Facebook, as we discussed for Sam, yes, that is going to be a possibility. However, I cannot limit the number of accounts that a client can connect for a platform. So here I can select which platform. If I give them the access to only connect a Facebook page, they would only have an option to connect that, not even a Facebook group.
Okay. Although I can see that you have covered it, but this query has been asked with a different angle. Can my client make changes or make a suggestion to the post created for him in SocialPilot?
Yes, the client can. So we have an option over here in the client's account to send the post back for feedback. Let's quickly see how that would look like again. So here in the pending review section, the client will have an option wherein he can send back the post for feedback, even mention his comments over here. So that will come back to me or any of the other team members in the agency, and we'll have the option to make the changes, then send it back for review again. I think
Right.
you did not see my screen. Let me quickly show you that again. So this is actually John's account. In here, he will have an option to send it back for feedback or directly approve. And once he sends it back, he can give his feedback over here, and the same I'll be receiving the same over there.
All right. One more on white label. Although we have already mentioned that it takes only 24 hours to set up your white label account. The question is, what is required from my end? Do I have to pay additional charges for it?
Not really. You don't have to pay any additional charges for a white label subscription. It's included within the agency plus plan, and you don't have to pay anything beyond that. All you need to do is once you upgrade, fill up a form, which is quite simple. After you fill up that form, it takes 24 hours.
Okay. And I want all the reports that goes out to my client to include my agency's logo. Is that possible?
That is. So that is possible to add your own white label reports. So if I export any of the PDF reports in the agency or the agency plus plan again, let me quickly show that. So if I download any of the reports from here, I'll have an option to white label them automatically. So it will consist of my own logo, which I've uploaded. So I have to upload that logo over here in the profile option. Let me show you. So the logo that exists over here will automatically be applied to all of the reports, which are PDF versions. Like this here, you can see there's no mention of SocialPilot. The logo has been a custom logo.
Right. And on the same note for white label, if you opt for white label, all the email notifications or the approval notifications that will be sent to your client will be from your white label dashboard, having your own email address. Like there was one of it that users have it. Okay. Rahul, what else can my clients do besides viewing the post? If you can go back again.
Depends on the permissions I allow them. So as we had two different clients earlier in the use case, John and Sam. So here, while I'm inviting John, I have also given him options to view the analytics, manage the inbox. But for Sam, these options were not given. So I can restrict their access. So basically answering your questions other than connecting their accounts or viewing the posts, they can create posts if you want them to. They can also view the analytics and manage the inbox as well to respond to the audience. Now, once I've added the client, just to mention again, I can see all of my client settings right here, which I've already provided it to them. If I want to make some changes, I can always make the updates and the necessary changes which will be required.
Okay. Back to the approval workflow. Can you add multiple approvers to the approval workflow?
You can. So once you have connected your accounts over here in the manage account section, you'll have an option to add multiple approvers from here under all the clients which are added.
All right, this one is a bit different. How often are my clients notified if their accounts require reconnection?
As soon as they get disconnected, so let's say your client actually changes up their user or their password or credentials for their social media platform, their accounts are going to get disconnected because of security reasons. So they'll be sent an email as soon as that happens to reconnect their accounts with the link to reconnect as well, so they don't have to do a lot of manual effort. But let's say if the client forgets it, we also send the reminder emails as well, which are up to 5 reminder emails on a gap of 24 to 48 hours.
Okay, next one is for you, Rahul, specifically. Do you have any training or sessions for new clients who are nervous to use a new system?
We offer them a complete onboarding. So we have a team of product specialists. If you want, you can directly reach out to our team. They'll schedule a call with you before you have upgraded, after you have upgraded, helping you in the complete onboarding. And SocialPilot support is also always there. If you need any help at all, simply click here, reach out to our support team, and we can help you with all your questions. So you'll have an option to just type in an email or even opt in for a live chat. And I'm sure all of the users that we have today are going to be very happy with our support because they always impress us.
Right. On the another one on the reporting itself, can we get an overall report to see which clients have registered and the number of accounts they have connected?
So once any client registers, I will get a notification and I can also see their list in the manage account section over here. However, I would not see the exact number of accounts they've connected anywhere over here, or I'll not be able to export a list. I can click here. I can then see the accounts which they have connected, and that would be a possibility. But having a list or an exportable sheet would not be possible.
Okay. One of my user is asking, is there a roadmap on the Slack integration? It would be awesome if you could, for example, react to the feedback. So we do have Slack integration. Rahul, can you showcase from where can they integrate Slack? That would be much easier.
So they can directly integrate Slack from here.
Yeah.
Also, one of the other things is we also have a request new feature option. So if you have more amazing requests like this, don't forget to fill that up. Based on your request, we actually have created our roadmap, and we are developing on a lot of features, and we plan on developing a lot more features now.
Yeah, guys, if you so this is for everyone, right? If you have new features, new suggestions to be made, and you want our product team to consider them for the product roadmap, do send us the feature request. You can raise it from your SocialPilot instance, and it will be easy for us to know what exactly you're looking for, what is the workflow that you want to achieve, and we can always hop on a call to discuss it further, that what can be made possible, and it will help us also to derive our product roadmap accordingly. All right, so well, that's all we have for you in today's webinar. If you are a new customer, I would say do sign up for a 14 days free trial to explore all our solutions. And yes, for our existing clients who are on a monthly subscription, you can avail 20% off on your annual plans with the code webinar20. So we shall be sharing the details about this over the email as well. Thank you for joining us today. We trust that all that was shared would be super helpful for you. If you want to know more about SocialPilot, feel free to reach out to our team via email support@socialpilot.co. See you all next time. Thank you.